Hi YouTube, this is Renisha and I'm coming on today really quickly with a quick story of about once again how good God is and how he really cares about us. And when I say us, I mean us being his children because he is Abba and he is our father. Well, quick story. I have a teenager, a young teenager, um, and she has a habit of using the last of things and not saying anything about it until we're completely out. And then she'll say, Mom, we're out of this. And so to prevent that, I always say, when things are getting low, write it down for me, put it on a list, or send me a text message. And before, I come home from work, I'll just stop by and get it. But it's so hot where we live. Once I get home, I don't really want to go back out into the heat again. So I had her come up with a list of everything she wanted and everything that we were getting low on. So I got everything on the list. And then I saw a few things that I know that she kind of likes. And so I just picked those up because I saw, well, she likes those. Let me just get them. After I got everything and I got home, she saw that I had gotten everything plus a few extra things. And she was so excited. She's like, oh, you got everything that I sent. I said, yeah, this is what you asked for and this is what I got. And she noticed that I had gotten a few things that she hadn't even asked for. And that's when it hit me. I'm not perfect. God is good all the time, but I'm not always good, right? And it hit me that if we being humans that don't always do right, if we can give good gifts to our children, how much more would our Father in heaven do for us? So I was reminded of the verse and I'm just going to read it. It's in Matthew 7:11. It says, if ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that ask him? And I was like, whoa, I didn't think of it that way. Like anyone that's a parent or an auntie or a grandma or uncle, anything like that, we give good gifts to children all the time. And we don't think anything differently of it. We just think we're just doing normal, everyday stuff. But that verse made a lot of sense to me in that moment because I was like, that's exactly what I did. And if I, being somebody that can be evil, can do this, then how much more can we expect these things from God? So I was happy about that. It also, it feels good to do something nice for somebody because even though they're on the receiving end, what you receive is the joy of knowing that you did something good. So you have this inner feeling of, I don't know how to explain it, but you just feel satisfied and happy in that moment. And that's why I like to sometimes go and volunteer because that's a joy that I don't know how I can get in any other way. I like shopping. Even if I go shopping and I buy something that I'm really happy about, and it's a gift that I've gotten for myself, it doesn't compare to the joy that I get when I've done something nice for somebody else. And I see that they're happy and the gratitude. So I just hadn't thought of it that way. I was like, wow, why shouldn't I expect God to do good things for me being his child? He's Abba, he's our Father. He loves us, he cares for us. And I just want people to be reminded of that and don't go worrying about things and what am I going to eat and what am I going to drink and how am I going to pay my bills. Give all those things to God because I used to be the person that used to worry about all those things, and worrying didn't help me at all. I remember at one point I even tried to get a second job just to make some extra money. And yeah, God basically was letting me know, you don't need to work 2 jobs. I will take care of you. You will have more than you need. And it has been true. I have not lacked anything. I've had more than I've needed, and God has been good. But the key was I really did have to trust him. And it sounds easy to say, oh, just trust God, but you have to come to a place to where you can get there, to where you can trust him. You may not automatically just be able to say, okay, I trust God. But when you read the verses and meditate on his word and the things that he says, and you also have to be reminded of what God has done for you in the past. Don't forget about all those things that he did, that you prayed about, that were answered. I actually have like a little jar. It's kind of ugly. It just came from like the dollar store. And I'm going to fix it up later. but I call it my jar of answered prayers. And whenever God answers things, if I remember, and I'm trying to get better at remembering, I just fold it up on a piece of paper and I put it inside of my jar. And so now the jar has so many papers of things that I prayed for from years and years ago. And my little, well, she's not a little girl anymore, but she started using the jar also. And I saw prayers that she prayed when she was like 7 and 8, and even like I can see like the handwriting when they're so small, you know how the writing is different. And I was like, wow, God answered this prayer for her. She didn't even tell me about it. You know, she prayed on her own in private and she wrote it down. And once it was answered, she put it in a jar, because that's how we do it. We can only put it in a jar when it's answered. We don't put it in a jar until it's an answered prayer. So I just wanted to come on here to encourage everybody to trust God and don't worry about all these things. He loves us. He's Abba. He's our Father. And it is His good pleasure to give good gifts to us. And that's all I have for you right now. Oh, and I need to tell people to subscribe and like. I've been really bad about doing that. But have a good day. Bye.